Once there was a game with over 80 million monthly active users. It seemed like the whole world was addicted to it. It created controversy, it created friendships, it broke other ones. This game was so massive that it generated over $1 billion in revenue for the developer company. Yes, we are talking about Farmville. Why are some social games so effective at engaging people? Today, we will find out. In other videos, we have reviewed competence and autonomy as powerful human motivators. In this video, we will explore relatedness. What is relatedness? Basically, it is the human need to feel connected to other people, to experience a sense of belonging and attachment. This need is universal to all human beings. It doesn't matter if you consider yourself an extrovert or an introvert, if you like to go to parties, or if you prefer to stay at home and watch a movie. The need to connect and belong is found in all cultures and all types of personalities. It has in fact been presumed to have an evolutionary basis, as social bonds have had both survival and reproductive benefits. Group cooperation has been essential for the continued survival of our species. It has facilitated the procurement of food and shelter, as well as provided potential mate and the care for offspring. People naturally look for frequent interactions with other human beings. There is a universal, deep-rooted desire to have stable, meaningful relationships. Feelings of relatedness can be experienced in different kinds of relationships and situations. You experience it both with romantic relationships and also with your friends and family. But it can also be experienced even when going to the store by interacting with people you have never met before. Maybe the store clerk gives you a sincere smile, or maybe another client recommends you a product that has worked great for him. If you have gone to a music festival, you may have experienced it as a sense of connection when sharing the event with thousands of people. We humans can feel connected in small and big ways, and in any kind of context or situation. Now, the key to understanding relatedness is that people want to feel that they matter to others. Basically, we feel related when we matter. This is true both for deep, long-lasting, intimate relationships and also in our everyday casual encounters. We might have experienced this while traveling. Maybe we find ourselves lost in a small town and a stranger assists us without expecting anything in return. We experience relatedness because we feel we matter to this person enough to spend time kindly helping us. Had this person ignored us, we might feel a bit upset by his cold indifference. We would feel we don't matter. We want to feel we matter to our significant others, to our family, to our friends, and a lot of times even to strangers. There are three important elements that play a role in deepening feelings of relatedness. They are acknowledgement, support, and impact. We all want to feel acknowledged by other people, to not be ignored by them. We want them to recognize our existence. A look, a glance, a warm greeting, a smile. These are all examples of being acknowledged. Support is a step beyond acknowledgement. We all want to feel supported in some way or another. While you may be acknowledged by a stranger, you need someone close to feel supported, someone who knows who you are and what your feelings are. Lastly, we feel we matter when we see the impact we have on others. You may give a talk to a group of people and later notice the impact your words have had on them in different ways. It comes as no surprise that many video games nowadays focus on facilitating player interactions due to the motivational power of relatedness. We are motivated to engage in enjoyable activities from which we derive both pleasure and a sense of connectedness and shared experience. Video games provide a virtual space where people can face challenges and pursue goals along with other people. These shared experiences form or strengthen connections between them. Given what we have explained about the need for relatedness, you may think that interaction with real people is essential for relatedness satisfaction to take place. But this is actually not the case. Research has shown that feelings of connection can happen even when playing solo with non-player characters, or as they are colloquially known, NPCs. As a player, you are of course aware that NPCs don't really exist, but still they can satisfy our relatedness needs to a certain extent. A great example is Doc Lewis from the Punch-Out series. He is your personal coach on the road to become a great boxing champion. His role, besides being your trainer, consists in giving you support and encouragement, and in doing so, he makes you feel like you matter. We know Doc isn't real, but can you imagine the Punch-Out series without him? It is easy to dismiss how powerfully an NPC enhances the experience of a video game, but remember, movie and TV fictional characters aren't real either, yet they have the power to evoke strong emotions. Video game characters potentially have an even bigger capability since they can react to our own actions, while movie and TV characters cannot. Naturally, cooperative games are great when it comes to satisfying relatedness needs. Usually your actions within the game have an impact on the team's performance, and therefore you matter to other members. Remember, relatedness is about having importance or significance to others. Being part of a team that faces a mutual challenge will likely make everyone in the team matter, as each player plays their essential role. It is also important to point out that if the game is sufficiently challenging, then relatedness satisfaction intensifies because your contribution is more important in order to achieve victory. There is in fact a synergy between competence needs and relatedness needs, but that will be explored in detail in a future video. What about competitive games? Does competitiveness erode the potential of satisfying relatedness needs? Well, it depends if the parties involved are playing in a constructive manner or a destructive one. Playing constructively means that you are playing in good spirits and that each party is improving its skills as a result of competition. This kind of competition has the potential to spark meaningful connections, and so relatedness needs can definitely be satisfied by playing competitively. On the other hand, destructive play removes the possibility. If players are cheating, being mean to each other and such, then there is no feelings of support and connection, and thus relatedness needs are not being met. It is no wonder that games that rely heavily on social mechanics have a big longevity. Think about popular MMOs like World of Warcraft, where players commonly stay in the fictional world of Azeroth for many years. First-person shooters also get the biggest longevity when they have good multiplayer mechanics. An example is Team Fortress 2, which despite being 14 years old, boasts an average of around 70,000 active players a month. Team Fortress 2 in fact is a great example of satisfying relatedness needs, since players on the same team heavily rely on the actions of the other players in order to win matches. This is heightened by the fact that the game has specialized classes which focus on supporting other classes. Good cooperative game design should always strive to make everyone on the team feel like they matter. So what about Farmville? Sure, it can be argued that Farmville used tricks to entangle people into playing it. For example, the in-game gifts given to fellow players push the player to return the favor by logging in and giving a gift of their own, which created a loop of reciprocity. But focusing only on the tricks themselves would make us miss the bigger picture. Despite its flaws, the game was successful in connecting friends and relatives. It gave them a sense of belongingness. While the solo game mechanics were well executed, the true engine that kept Farmville running were of course the social ties between the players. Relatedness is all about making the player feel that they matter, whether this is accomplished through well-planned interaction with NPCs or by implementing good multiplayer mechanics. The player should feel he is supported and that someone cares about what they do or they don't do within the game. Ask yourself these questions. How do NPCs within the game make the player feel? Do they make him feel socially connected? Does he get a sense of belongingness at any point? Also, do game mechanics make the player feel like his actions matter? Does the game narrative help the player fulfill his relatedness needs in any way? That's all for today, guys. With this video, we finish our 3-part series about human motivation and video games. If you haven't watched the other 2 videos, I'll link them right here and also in the description. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.